Welcome to baseball season 2013. I wanted to start a franchise for this game. I didn't want to use one of the bigger ones. I considered the Yankees. Somebody suggested Atlanta, Philadelphia, some of those. But those are already strong franchises. They've got a lot of money. You know, there's really no work with those. So I thought I'd take over the Houston Astros. As a general manager, coach, they are really hurting. Come to realize when I took them over, they have the lowest budget in the entire major leagues. I mean, they're lower than the Oakland Athletics. And even Oakland has better players. Cleveland Indians, all these other teams, they have higher budgets, believe it or not. Houston is really hurting. Even though they have a lower budget, they don't really have any star players. A lot of their guys are young. You could say they're rebuilding. For a lot of these, this is a spring training game right here against Detroit. We beat them in the first spring training game. Spring training is going to be really important for me with the Astros because I have to see what these guys can do and make a lot of changes. Decide who's going to start, who's not going to start. I've already made several changes. Picked up Roy Oswalt. He used to be a Houston pitcher. I don't think I released him or whatever, but I picked him back up because I needed some more strength. My pitchers are really hurting. I also picked up Brian Wilson. He used to close for San Francisco. I guess they couldn't afford him. I picked him up. I brought a rookie named George Springer, which is, I guess, a real-life rookie. He was playing for Double-A baseball, and I picked him up, brought him up to the major leagues, thinking that would help things out. He's a much better fielder than most of these guys. He just doesn't have the hitting power, and he's still making rookie mistakes. I'm probably going to have to put him back in Triple-A soon. The outfielders were not only bad fielders, but they were too slow. I had to go and pick up two free agents for that. I've got Scott Pasednik in left field and Grady Sizemore to be a center fielder. I picked them up for a couple of years. Those guys are in their 30s. I think most of my team is in their early 20s. So it's going to take, I'm going through here, it's been a struggle just to decide some of these guys where to start. I know pretty much who I want at first base, second, short, third, but it's going to take a little bit to figure out who I want in the outfield. I think obviously Pasednik and Sizemore are going to start, but still with a lot of these things, we're going to have to watch and just see how it plays out. I'll see if I can. I think it might be a little too much to hope to make it to the World Series or anything, but I'm going to do what I can to get these guys through the season. I'll try and play as many games as I can. Hopefully I can make this through the whole 162-game season. Last year they only had 55 wins, which is horrible. I mean, with 162 games, that means they've lost over 100 games. With any luck, I can improve that. Okay, I'll let you watch the rest of the spring training game, and once I get through spring training, get things settled out, then we'll make another video and let you know where the Houston Astros are going and how things are doing. See you in the regular season.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Oh, just a little over-anxious right there. I guess he figured he had a pretty good gauge on that fastball, and he hoped he'd see it again, but he got the curveball instead.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting into foul territory now toward the third base dugout, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
Yeah, and when you're almost hitting guys, that's a sign that he's a little bit jumpy out there to start this game. So that's a good move by the guy behind the plate to just come out and talk to him, give him a word or two of encouragement.
And reined in, one away.
And you know, pitching's a lot more than just velocity. You know, this guy, he's living proof. If you hit your spot, change speeds, you can get guys out with an 87, 88 mile an hour fastball, and he did it right there.
Austin Jackson is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one. And this is lined into left field for their first hit of the ball game. So a runner at first with one man gone, and that'll bring in the ever-dangerous third baseman Miguel Cabrera. He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball one. Runner at first here, one man out. Now a swing and a sharp ground ball toward the hole. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. Prince Fielder will stand in for the first time here. And he'll start him with a high strike here on the fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Yeah, a little surprising he didn't offer it that one. That was a dangerous spot for a good fastball hitter.
Oh, and a big hack by Fielder, just like his daddy, but it's 0-2. Now a ball softly hit over to the right of the mound. There's one. On to Wallace, and they get them both here. A double play, and that ends the inning. Second inning upcoming here in Florida's Baseball City with no score.